All right, welcome to the Umastandi Facebook Live. It's yet again another fantastic Friday. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are good. Remember to let us know in the comments where you are joining from. We are live streaming from our head office in Braamfontein, Johannesburg. Where you guys joining from? Let us know in the comments. Let's engage. Let's have a conversation. And as always, this is an interactive live where you have the opportunity to ask us questions and we'll address them right here on this Facebook Live. And for today, we are discussing a very important topic for all property entrepreneurs. And that is how to make your property functional and attractive. Why? Because it's very, very important that your tenants remain happy, that they're happy at their place of residence. And of course, there's competition out there, guys. It's 2025. Have you seen the current state of apartments? Attractive, beautiful, and modern. So we'll be giving you guys tips on how to make your property attractive, functional, so that you can retain your tenants and of course keep on getting that business. Without further ado, Nqobi, our portfolio manager over here, is the guru in all things property. Okay, he's our walking encyclopedia, and he'll basically be giving us tips and everything that we need to know on how to make your property attractive.
Okay, so then with that being said, I will open up, and feel free to ask questions along the way, like Buhle said in the beginning. But I want to set the tone and the theme by saying, guys, I know most of you here on TikTok, and if your algorithm's like mine, you're seeing what's going on. And aside from TikTok, you've seen in your neighborhoods, you've seen some beautiful properties being built. You've thought to yourself, wow, yes, I could actually live there. Sorry, very unprofessional of
Sorry
me.
about
Sorry
it.
about that. Sorry, I can't talk right now. What's this thing? Yeah, you've even imagined possibly, you would have lived there if you were in the circumstance. You'd be like, this is actually a place I would live in. Okay. And that's the key. A place you would live in. Build quality apartments and people will be willing to pay for them. I know this as we work, relates to the work we do here at Umastandi, where, initially, just before joining the company, I was anticipating the average rentals in our projects to be around 2,500 rand.
Okay.
So 2,500 was the number I was familiar with.
In terms of like the rental,
like rental for my room,
yeah.
particularly a bachelor unit.
Yeah.
Obviously, a bit lower if their units don't have their own toilets and showers and you're busy sharing. But 2.5, and I was amazed to find out that during the course of the projects we financed and getting more and more information of what is possible, it became clear and obvious. If you build something quality, people are willing to pay your rental you are asking for. Look, you have to be reasonable. You have to be within the market rentals. But if you build quality, so like I said, 2,500 rands was what I was anticipating and knew of being the average rental. But just with the higher or the more polished a building looked and the finished result was, the rental was being associated with that. So 2.5 became 3,000. And now 3,000 became 3,500. And this year I've seen two of our projects go past 4,000 rand.
Can you maybe give an example of where these projects are located?
One's in Davidson, where they're charging 4.5.
Wow.
And 5.2 for the one bed.
5.2 for one bed.
5.2 for one bed, 4.5 for the bachelors, and then the other project is in Deep Kloof, where they're charging 4,500 rand for the floor.
And this is your typical bachelor units, quite spacious.
So then your question is, okay, why are people paying 4.5 4.2, let's say even 3.8, when you can get it cheap.
We're
think
back.
We're fine.
All right, we had a bit of an interruption with our Wi-Fi. Apologies for that, but we're back. Let's carry on.
Okay. So then the question goes, why were these people able to achieve this rent? And if you see the projects for yourself, it's obvious. These are quality apartments. They've got sufficient amenities, so features that make your stay comfortable. Okay.
Amazing. So maybe if I could pose a question to you, Nqobi. I mean, yes, of course, it's important to make your property attractive. But I mean, some landlords or some entrepreneurs don't really put in the effort. So apart from obviously making sure that you retain your tenants, are there other reasons as to why you have to go through all this effort? I mean, I'm providing a roof over people's heads. What more can I do? Why is this a priority? Or why should we prioritize making sure that our properties are more than just a roof over people's heads?
So guys, you need to put yourself as a potential landlord in your tenant's position. People aren't objects. People have what's this
People's
thing?
homes.
So there's a
emotion.
psychological impact by
Okay.
staying in a decent place.
Okay,
You feel proud.
of course.
You feel like you may be a sense of achievement. You are welcoming, and it's your home.
And it's your home.
It's your humble abode. It's your sanctuary. You've come from work.
You're tired.
Nqobi was in your ear all day. You get home, vala umnyango, put down your bag, unbutton your shirt, topless for the gents. Ladies, you take off your shoes, whatever. And it's time to unplug from the world. So you need to create an environment for the psychological boost and relaxation of your tenants. Because a happy tenant will stay as long as you make the place comfortable for them.
As possible. I can speak
You
for
don't
myself.
want people coming in and out. It's not nice to
A high
move.
turnover of tenants. Yeah, it's expensive.
It's
as
expensive.
well. Moving
It's,
costs, deposits. It's a lot.
A tenant wants to stay and wants to be happy. Tenants want to be happy.
100%.
So make them happy and they'll keep paying you. Because also as a landlord, the tenant's the only person who gives you money
Yes.
for everything you've done.
Of course.
So you want them to continue to give you money. If you've got a good tenant, you don't want them moving out.
I can speak for myself as well, Nqobi, like about what you say. You know, after a long day of work, you get home, you want to feel at home. You want to look at your place and feel, wow, this is what I'm working for.
This is what I'm working
This is
for.
what I'm paying for. And in the age of technology as well, I mean, we are seeing what other apartments look like out there. So you sort of have that comparison as well to say, wow, look at how beautiful that kitchen is. They've got Wi-Fi. Look how safe the space looks. And you sort of start to compare. And obviously, if a tenant is not happy, the internet is accessible. You start looking, you start searching.
Looking. You can find another option.
You can
That's
find
also
another
the thing.
option.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
options.
of course,
Tenants
of
have a
course.
lot of options.
It's a
So you want to
competitive
keep them,
market.
you want to make them calm. Get into the psychology of a tenant. Don't just think of them as people who pay you. They are human beings who would love to live in a decent, safe space. Which,
100%.
can I start giving them some?
Yeah, and I was about to get there. Now that we've mentioned the importance of making your property attractive, what are some of the ways now? How do we get to do that? Let's get practical. Let's get down to the business of
Number one sort of easy decision for you as a landlord to do early if you're about to build something brand new. Guys, no more sharing.
No more sharing.
No more sharing toilets, showers, kitchens. No more sharing. Your tenant doesn't want to do that. They only do it because maybe that's all they can afford.
That's all
So
they can
you've
afford.
maybe got the cheaper place for 1,000 Rand and they share. Okay, and I know that exists. I do know it exists. But we're talking about how to get the best return on your investment. Propose units that are self-contained, bachelor units. You've got your own toilet, your own shower, your own small kitchenette. No more sharing. That is an easy one to already take you from 2,000 Rand to 3,000 Rand. Yes, house emojis in the chat,
House
by the way.
emojis in the chat.
I need some house emojis in the chat. House emojis in the chat. I see Uma Standy's dropped one as well. House emojis in the chat.
It's tradition.
No more sharing, guys.
Yeah.
That's already a design element when you are talking to your architect or your draftsperson.
Okay. So privacy becomes a factor.
Yeah, privacy, also cleanliness, hygiene. You don't know what other people are.
No, of course.
So
of
it's
course.
just
Now we're
this,
sharing.
again.
We grew up differently. Some people don't believe in maybe washing dishes before
You see?
bed now. The kitchen is dirty. I feel
And
it's
and I don't think tenants really wanna get into other tenants' business
as well. 100%.
You don't want to be forced to talk to people you don't really want to talk to.
Sometimes you're not in the mood. You had a long day.
You want to have the choice and option.
Yes.
But not now say, hey, who's in the cleaning roster now? Because I was... No.
Exhausting.
So, no sharing is design element number one. Okay. House emojis in the chat.
House emojis. Amo, give us a house emoji. Pat, house emoji. Kukhanyile, house emoji. Tata Johnny, house emojis. Let's go. Okay.
That's
Thank
one.
you for
I've
that.
got more
That's
pointers,
one.
but...
There's more pointers. I mean, let's give them more.
Must I give them more?
Let's give them more. So no sharing, of course.
No sharing.
What's next?
Guys, let's try have parking available on our properties. People do use transport. Maybe public transport. And maybe most people use public transport than those who use private transport. But I'm seeing remember I mentioned those projects that are earning 4,500 rand? They've got parking.
Safe
So
park.
maybe there's a link between a potential tenant who drives a car, who works further but you have to have parking if you want to be asking. If you want to be tiptoeing in the 4,000 rand, 3,500 rand
Make
rental,
it worth the money.
try include parking in your project and don't over densify on your stand. It's also strict from town planning perspective for your plans to get approved to have parking anyways. But just for you talking about how do you get the best project to earn the best rental, parking. Yeah, you can't give it for every unit maybe, but try put in as much parking as you can.
100%.
And parking, guys, particularly on the town planning side, you can't park cars behind each other. All right? Okay. So I know in reality that might have to be the situation. But if you can, you want your parking to be uninterrupted. So each car can enter and exit their parking space without having to go knock umakhelwane and say, guys, I need you to move your car. All right? So parking is an important feature. And then I would also come to the size of the unit. The size of the unit is also important because you need to be able to think of your tenant. If you can only fit a bed and they come from a house, they come from an apartment in Mondio, they're downsizing for whatever reason. So they've got all this furniture. They've got a washing machine. They've got a L couch from Choreograph. They've got the big screen. They've got a queen size bed. They've got the coffee table, TV stand. They've got a desk. Guys, if you are in the process of designing and it's not the property is not already there, 25 square meters is the perfect size.
25 squares.
25 squares per unit.
Yeah.
A little bit smaller is okay. A little bit larger is more than okay.
Perfect.
25 is the sweet spot. It's enough to fit in a queen bed. It's enough to have... this is obviously all open plan. I'm talking about a bachelor unit. It's enough to have the kitchenette, the toilet, the shower, a queen bed, and a lounge area.
A lounge area. Space for
TV room area.
Okay.
And a desk. BICs, built-in cabinets. look, when it comes to the washing machine, that comes by your kitchenette area, you'd want to design and incorporate a space for it. You can put all of that in 25 square meters.
Okay.
So I would suggest 25 square meters, no sharing, have some parking available.
Nice. Okay. Well, I mean, in the context of township rental housing, right, when we speak of functionality, you've obviously touched on the no sharing of the bathrooms and kitchens, and let's not take that lightly. You know, it becomes easy for a tenant to navigate their space.
Actually,
when
I know where you're going with this, but continue.
Where am I going? You've touched
continue.
You've touched on the bathrooms and not sharing. It becomes easy for a tenant to, leave comfortably. And of course, storage space, like Nqobi said, you're trying to put yourself in the shoes of your tenant. So some people are downgrading, some people have a lot of furniture. So
some people are upgrading.
So some are upgrading, of course, yes. Let's not assume that everyone is downgrading. Some are upgrading. So a spacious apartment where you have a space for your bed, all your furniture, becomes essential. But now when it comes to other features like practical features like your reliable water services, this is a township, that becomes very important. Can we also touch on that? Reliable water, electricity, security features, any of those measures, because people think township, they think unsafe, they think no services. So can we also touch on those features that become essential for a home?
So look, guys, as landlords, current potential landlords, we do have to be thoughtful for the infrastructure. We have to be thoughtful about the infrastructure of the municipality, of your neighborhood. We want to ensure that when you're building, that you are connecting and you have the appropriate sort of waste treatment in your site, as well as supply of electricity and usage of water. Okay, so if you're a landlord going to develop a property, ensure that your tenants feel responsible for their usage.
Okay.
So that it's not a free-for-all, because if you're not... So where I'm going with this is prepaid meters for both water and electricity. It's a choice you have to make, because sometimes tenants are very price sensitive, and that could potentially maybe discourage a lot of tenants. But maybe those are the type of tenants you don't want in your development, because you want guys that are responsible for their usage. Electricity, prepaid electricity has almost become a standard. Everyone knows.
Almost everybody prefers.
No one and you prefer it because
sort of like in charge of your use.
I think tenants also know, like if they're not paying electricity, the landlord has to carry the cost. And it's not their property. But I think there's that human element where they're like, you know what, it's me who's been cooking.
So I need to be responsible for.
So you don't get a lot of backlash if the prepaid meters are already there. I've seen that in other projects where when it's time to put in meters, that some tenants might not like that because they've become accustomed to staying without prepaid water or prepaid electricity. Well, then it's time for them to move on, because you are professionalizing your development, and you as an investor are trying to recover on your investments. So carrying the cost of water and electricity is a choice, but it's one that I advise that you put on to the tenants. It will also monitor their behavior of how long they turn on the heater, how long they cook for, stuff like that. And then just another element when it came to making the place attractive is actual natural lighting.
Oh,
natural lighting, windows in the right places, big windows, particularly by the bedroom lounge area, a nice big window, and also in your common areas. All these things I'm mentioning play a part in the psychological aspect of a tenant, of a comfortable stay. You want to open the curtains and you want to open the windows, and maybe you were cleaning the carpets, whatever. You want to be able to ventilate your units. So nice big windows that let in lighting, that also have ventilation, is a must. If there's no windows, which funny enough, I once went to a project. It was already built, and they converted it into a student accommodation.
Yeah.
And I was shocked to see that they had subdivided, they had partitioned some of these rooms to make more rooms.
Oh.
But some of the units had no windows.
Oh no! So it's just the door.
It's just the front door.
That's not.
Come on.
That's not advisable.
You can't make people live in a place that has no
But
windows.
I mean, also for health purposes, for health and safety purposes, you do need ventilation.
So it was clearly illegal deviation, but yeah.
It's cutting costs as well. You know, you want to get the project done as quick as possible and start making money. But unfortunately, that's a disadvantage to your tenants as well. So that's a good point. And I think also maybe if we can touch on the cleanliness of the place. I mean, if you have a building where you have 10 or more units, you likely will have common areas. So how do we go about ensuring that that place remains clean? You know, do we maybe suggest that they contract a cleaning company that comes in once or twice a week, you know, just to ensure that anything that looks out of place is taken care of, because that becomes quite important. Yes, the inside of the apartment is clean because that's the responsibility of the tenant, but also can we talk about maybe just the overall upkeep of your property?
Yeah, so definitely, cleanliness of the property is a must. And don't expect your tenants to be the ones who are the ones that must clean the place. As a landlord, I would suggest you find a local guy who's going to come sweep the common areas once a week. Ensure the dustbin is out for pick it up to come do the refuse collection.
Okay.
Because that type of small attention could make all the difference into a safe place, safe and comfortable stay for your tenants. So keeping common areas as clean as possible and doing your odd maintenance and refreshing the building from time to time, once a year, every 2 years, a new lick of paint to the gate or to high traffic areas is definitely worth it. But yeah, I would never suggest that you make the tenants clean up the common areas. The units themselves, obviously it's their own responsibility.
It's their responsibility, yes.
But your common areas, get some guy who can just sweep and take out the bin every week, or every week is probably frequent enough. I don't think you necessarily need daily presence unless you may be more in the student accommodation environment where it works a bit differently. But if it's just normal tenants, once a week. And what I'm seeing on average, my clients are paying these sort of cleaners, caretaker, handyman, usually about 150 Rand for the day. And that's once a week, you know, that's 600 Rand for the month. And yeah, these guys often can double up as handymen, where they need to fix a door for you, change a light,
100%,
etc.
Okay. And I think I just want to give or share some tips in terms of how, as a landlord or an entrepreneur, you can balance your costs with quality while upgrading your property. So, for example, you can use durable materials, tiles versus carpets. You know, tiles tend to be easier to manage compared to a carpet that needs regular cleaning and it can wear out quickly.
Tiles, guys, no carpets.
Tiles. I mean, carpets also
in
feel so old
Tiles.
school. It's 2025. You know, it's easier to manage. You quickly take your broom, you sweep, quick mop, you're done. Versus a carpet where it needs regular cleaning and sometimes it retains moisture and a certain stink that people are not a fan of. So that's tip number one.
And it also holds sort of, you don't know
germs.
Like germs.
It's not ideal.
Guys,
it's not ideal.
No carpets.
It's a bit difficult to manage. Tip number 2 would be to invest in energy saving lighting. So I mean, we all know that electricity costs in this country are a bit high. So you could opt for energy saving lighting, energy saving light bulbs, and of course choosing finishes that are easier to maintain throughout your unit, be it in the kitchen, like we say, the tiles, the sort of finishes in the with your cupboards, in your kitchens, in the closets, something that's easy to maintain. This way the property can look good, but obviously without costing an arm and a leg, you know.
Yeah, that's true. No, nothing to add there.
Awesome, 100%. It's 10:28, meaning we are up against the clock. We do have some questions on there. Would you like to take one or two, or shall we keep?
You the boss. You tell me.
All right. I think
we can take a question.
Let's see what our people are saying. Let me have a look.
Okay. So you got the phone.
Yes. So Ntate Johnny was the first commenter, and he says, "Hi Umastandi, I own a property with cash flow. I have a few savings, but my credit score is not particularly good right now."
So the credit score is the elephant in the room in your scenario, and we then need to understand what happened, what went wrong. Because being a financial services provider as well, we do need to, observe your behavior with credit, and then make a call from there. So, credit score is important. Ideally, we want our clients to have a credit score above 640.
Okay, above 640.
Above 640 is where we want you to be. If it's below that, it's not the best news. A deal can still be done. So yeah, we just need to understand what happened and what are you doing. So just to give you the answer as well, if there is outstanding arrears on accounts, just stop paying them up. Even if you lost your job or whatnot, get into an arrangement to start paying them up.
Okay.
Because you have to deal with your arrears. You have to deal with your outstanding financial obligations.
I hope
because you want to come to us and borrow R1 million, but you were struggling to pay your Truwords account.
It's a bit tricky. Thanks, Nqobi. Dr. Johnny, I hope that answers your question. Let's take another one from Jabuliseni Zwane. Good morning, Jabuliseni. Jabuliseni says, if I have approved plans or submitted the plans to council, my plan has been quoted already by the contractor and my equity is in place. How long does it take for me to get formal approval? So I've got approved
formal
plan.
Approval. The short answer is 21 days.
21
We can give you approval in 21 days.
Okay, 21 days, short and sweet. All right. Knowledge Noli Maswangani. Good morning, Knowledge. Knowledge says, hi, Buhle, with the hearts. Good morning, Knowledge. And Nqobi, I've been in contact with you guys.
No Knowledge.
I believe I've submitted the plans to council. My plan has... Wait, that's the same question that JV asked.
21 days, Knowledge. Knowledge, you've got my number. What are you doing here?
Knowledge Mazonga, you've got Nqobi's numbers. You can simply WhatsApp him right now.
The answer is 21 days, Knowledge.
Short and sweet, 21 days. Yeah, that's the last one. I think we can sort of start preparing to wrap up. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, just drop them quickly in the comment box. If you don't have a question right now and you simply want to know how Umastandi can assist you, you can give us a call. Our line is 010-595-9000. I'm not wrapping up yet. Our email is info@umastandi.co.za. So if you need more information, if you'd like to have the application process explained to you, simply give us a call, 010-595-9000. If you'd rather send an email, you can do so at info@umastandi.co.za. I see there's a comment that came through now from Kat Sillo. Besides a credit score that is above 640, what else will be required from me to borrow from you guys?
We only lend to companies, PTY limiteds, or juristic entities rather. So that's a requirement. The company does not have to have 3 years financial statements.
Okay.
It can be a brand new one. Plan approval. You don't have to have it approved as yet to come and engage with us, but that's a strict requirement, is getting the plans approved. So that's a discussion and conversation you need to be having with your architect and town planner and the city. What else? Equity. We don't do 100% finance.
Equity.
So you need to come with something. But if you may be building on your house you already own, that's already paid up, then there's a good chance maybe you don't need to put in any more money. But even in that scenario, depending on how much the project costs and the potential income, you could still be required to add in some money.
Yeah.
I'd say those are the 4 key things.
So roughly you're looking at about 20% equity. So that's 20% of the total investment cost that you're seeking that you would need to contribute. So as Umastandi would provide up to at least 80% of the total. But obviously that varies. But if you are looking to finance a project with Umastandi, just keep that at the back of your mind, that we do require that you contribute at least 20% of the whole total of your project. Thank you for that question. Let's see, we've got another one. Give me a second to scroll. Tandega joined in. Hello everyone watching from Durban. Good morning, Tandega. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. Kat Silo. Okay, I did see that. We've got Smindlo. Yay, Smindlo Dollar. Smindlo Dollar Manda. Good morning, guys. I have an apartment that has a tenant. I'm looking to venture into township rooms investment. What are your application requirements? So that's pretty much.
Yeah, I think we answered you there.
That's
same answer that went to Kat.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, knowledge is laughing. Knowledge is being quite jolly this morning. I think she just wanted to have a chat with us. I love that. But she says thank you for the response. Awesome. Thank you, Knowledge. And Kat Silo, you are welcome. Thank you guys for engaging with us. I mean, we are sort of
more tips on the design feature.
But
what time are we scheduled?
Our walking encyclopedia is still wanting to share more. We are not done, but I did want to remind everybody that normally by 10:45 we start wrapping up. So we have about 10 minutes left. If you guys do have questions, remember to leave them through.
Get them in now. Last 10 minutes.
But the floor is yours.
Wi-Fi is a must. Wi-Fi is an absolute must. Absolute must. Add Wi-Fi. Have free Wi-Fi. Obviously, you think about the cost of the Wi-Fi and you ensure that your rental income is going to help manage that cost.
Okay.
Wi-Fi is an absolute must. Most of the tenants are going to be younger adults. Even older
100%.
adults, they're on Facebook now or they watch their shows, whatever. Wi-Fi is an absolute must. And it's worth it. It's now become a buyer's decision.
100%.
Does this place come with free Wi-Fi? If your answer is no, of course, again. They're going next
moving on to the next one. But I think also what I look for personally when I'm searching for an apartment. So maybe you can tell me your thoughts. So what I've started to notice is that some landlords or some property developers will provide parking, but at a cost. So they'll say you can get covered parking, but you have to pay, for example, 300 rands per month. Do you think that is a potential disadvantage?
300 rand for parking.
Charge for, yeah.
So I think for townships, guys, for our projects, I wouldn't suggest you charge for parking, and I would suggest you charge a little bit higher rental. So, you're asking for 3.6, but you play it by the way people are reacting. Whether you say the unit is 3.2 and you pay 200 rand for a parking bay, so that's a total of 3.4. You play the system how you want. I personally would probably just say the word free a lot.
Free a lot.
So I've got the rental is 3.8, but you've got free parking, free Wi-Fi.
Yes.
free
so
maintenance.
What are the features
you know,
that are calling people?
so you play the marketing game, guys.
100%.
You know
100%.
it's not necessarily free, but that's why you're charging a premium rent.
Okay. That is fair. And then let's say, for example, you haven't accounted for a washing machine inside the apartment. So your apartment doesn't have the correct plumbing for a washing machine. Could we maybe have a common area laundry?
Yeah, that's fine. That's the only thing people can share, actually.
Yeah.
I would say. So earlier in the beginning, guys, for those who've joined later, I open up by saying no more sharing in our units. We don't want to share toilets, showers, kitchens. Okay? If you are building something new, no more sharing. All right? Where even if it's students or com, and I know maybe a lot of you might have said, yeah, but it's a student. No more sharing.
No sharing.
I think for students or comms though, there's the one guideline where you actually do have to share the kitchen. So you can't have a lot of heating elements to prevent fires. So for student accommodation, fine, you can share the kitchen. That's it. And those guys are on a bike God does anyway, so it's okay. They're not going to use the kitchen too much. And they're also going to damage the cabinets.
The appliances.
So if you're doing a student on com strategy, I will condone sharing of the kitchen area.
But for the working professionals.
But yeah, washing area or laundry room, buy two and go buy it from, cash converters, second-hand washing machines, put them in the random room. Again, you push up your rental and you're recovering it with these free services.
Within reason, of course.
But that's a good one. I think anyone here would like to live in a place where your unit can't have a washing machine, but there's a washing facility. Which also goes to mention some other features on design. Have your areas to your washing line has to be there. When you have multiple tenants staying here, they need to have a place to wash, to hang their washing. That's sufficient, big enough. No one wants to necessarily be doing that stuff where they're hanging everything in the bathroom. I know some people choose to do that, which is fine. But having an appropriate wash line, washing area, or common big basin, those big concrete ones that are outside, have that if you don't have that. Just so people can do their heavy duty washing.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks for that. Let me go back to the comments and see what our people are saying. I see Boitumelo Mhlongo just joined. Welcome, Boitumelo. And she's asking where our offices are. Boitumelo, the live stream is taking place from our Joburg offices. We are located in the lively and vibrant city of Braamfontein, but we also have regional offices in Gqeberha, we have offices in Bloemfontein, we have offices in East London, Cape Town, and Durban. So we're not only in Gauteng, but we're also all across the country. Boitumelo. Kat Silo wants to know, last time I checked, you only assisted in certain areas, for example. Is this still the case?
Yes, we do only assist in certain areas. These areas have grown. I'm not sure if our website has the most up-to-date areas of finance, but check out the website.
Frozen. And we're back. We're back. Okay.
Apologies.
The internet seems to be acting up a bit, but I hope you guys can still see us. I hope you can hear us. But as Nqobi was saying, we do finance select areas within, or rather across South Africa. So not only Soweto, not only Gauteng. We finance certain areas in KZN, certain areas in Bloem, certain areas in Gqeberha, East London, and Cape Town. So it's not only Soweto, it's not only Gauteng. We do have select areas of finance. So you can head over to our website, which is www.umastandi.co.za to find out more. But you can also give us a call, like I said earlier, 010-595-9000. Simply ask to speak to an Umastandi representative, or you can pop us an email at info, that's info at umastandi.co.za, and we'll gladly be of assistance. All right, let's take another question from Pauline. Pauline Amongwato. Good morning, Pauline.
Oh, Pauline.
Good morning,
Pauline.
Okay, Pauline says, what's your take on green building in townships? Do you think it's something attainable? And what would the investor gain in pursuing green in their property?
Pauline, green building.
Pauline coming through with the important question. The floor is yours, walking encyclopedia. What are your thoughts?
Green building. Yes. What's my take on it? It's important. Guys in the room, in the chat, green building is essentially, when we refer to the word green, is sustainable construction that has good impact on our environment one way or another. So green building can be from the material used on projects. How was it manufactured? Did it create smoke in the air that went? Did it create something that's toxic waste that has to be dumped? So, you do have to be holistic about construction, about property development. It's not just about earning the rental income, but also the process of getting there. You want to be building structures that don't go to waste, that can be reused, that can be recycled. So I definitely think incorporate green building aspects wherever you can. There's also are some impacts to the benefits of you as a landlord, whether it's, I mentioned the lighting earlier. So here's an example of a unconventional way of thinking of green building. Is that you could have, a room has 4 walls, né? And you could have most of that wall being built by brick and cement. So that's the inputs. And how were these bricks and cement manufactured? That has its inputs, okay? But if you substitute somehow, some way, 2 walls with shop front glass, not only does it let in some good light, and let's say 2 walls is 90%, no, let's say 80% glass. So you have massive windows. So it's not only a design feature where you open up the curtains and it looks like you've just got this nice big glass, and then the lighting is important, but also the material used, because glass is already recycled and it's recyclable. You can melt it down into other products. And it was manufactured by essentially smelting sand. Add a little bit of other products, but it's sand. To get glass, you then glaze it. You've reduced the number of bricks and cement required to build the 4 walls. Therefore, there is an impact in the sustainability of of how this building came about. It did not come about by creating a lot of waste. Another example will be your roof finish.
Okay.
Tiles look fantastic, but you've seen, even in myself, we've seen in the premium, I think even Buhle projects are using zinc for their roof finishes. Okay. So now it's become more of a trendy design feature. They call it farmhouse. Google farmhouse style, modern. They've got this zinc roof.
Yes, I've seen that.
But that material is also recyclable.
Okay.
Recyclable. Hey,
recyclable is
recyclable.
Yes.
So the material used, once you're done with its use, doesn't have to go into the dump.
Okay.
You can sell the roof. It will be recycled into like you start in fish, and that then can be recycled again.
It carries on.
So green building's important. Don't think it's only for the shopping malls and the big buildings. You developing projects in the township using, products, materials that have a good impact on the environment, that also increase your tenants' stay smartly. So remember, we've got this nice big window, There's lighting. They now don't need to use the heater as much.
Of course.
Because they can just open and get the sun's natural light as long as the sun is up.
As long as the sun is up, yes, 100%.
So
Awesome.
important to incorporate. It's a bit technical, the various direction it goes, but it is very interesting. Get into green building methodologies and try and incorporate them on your development.
Awesome. That was a very interesting question, Amo. Thank you for that, and thanks, Nqobi, for the answer. We are close to the end of our live, so I'd like to wrap it up and sort of just give a flashback to those that have joined us. I see more people are joining, and it's a bit
guys.
Towards
Guys,
the end.
you guys are starting.
So I'll give them a
You're
breakdown.
starting.
I'll give them a breakdown.
You're joining at the end.
Because we're that interesting.
And we're about to close.
We are that interesting. You know, they were going about their morning and they were like, no, Township Talks, I need to be part of it. So it's okay. We're still here. So I'll just give you guys a lowdown of our discussion this morning and sort of like a wrap up for those that have been with us. So the purpose, of course, of this morning's show, or rather Facebook Live, was to discuss functionality and attractiveness of your township property.
Can the guys, sorry to interject. I'm just, and this is not planned.
Okay.
One of you guys try request a video. Let me see. I want to chat to one of you if you can. Does it have that feature?
Let's see. I mean,
someone click request video. Let's talk quickly. I want to see if it's possible, and if it is, we might be taking the show to a new level.
You think so?
We might be taking the show to a new level.
Who's comfortable enough to be on camera and request join live? Nqobi is being adventurous. He's being spontaneous. If any of you are comfortable enough to request to join the live, feel free to do so, and we'll see if we can accept and we can then interact. No pressure. We will not ask you.
A lot of pressure. I want to see one person. Lot of pressure. Someone step up to the live.
Okay, someone step up. Ruth Mutlane, Olompi Nakampe, Shengiwe Juju, Boitumelo Mhlongo, Mjabuliseni Zwane, Pauline, Kat, Tandeka. Where are you guys? Let us know if you're comfortable.
I just need to see if it's possible. And we'll ask, you can ask one question and that's it.
You can ask one question and that's it. But while we wait, because we are against time, while we wait, just to sort of wrap up on what we were discussing, basically attractiveness and attractiveness and functionality of your property. So of course, attractiveness helping draw your quality tenants in and retaining your tenants, making sure that your tenant turnover is as low as possible, while functionality ensures they stay of course as long. So what are some affordable ways? What did we discuss? Of course, clean, well-maintained common areas. You want to make sure that your space is attractive. Good lighting, as Nqobi said, both inside, making sure that
ventilation.
You've got as much of natural light as possible. Ventilation is quite important, and of course, simple finishes that look modern but are durable, not too expensive. And of course, your place looks attractive if it's maintained. So freshly maintaining the paint and making sure that it looks as clean as possible. And then in terms of functionality, we said Wi-Fi. That is important. Make sure that you do have Wi-Fi.
If you're gonna have DSTV
in 2025, do guys still watch DSTV in 2025?
Don't charge them. People have their shows. If you're gonna have DSTV in your building, please have a central system. Only one dish at the back of the structure, and have plug points.
Who's still watching DSTV? I'd like to see. Guys, are we watching DSTV? Can one person tell me if they're watching DSTV? Because I'm of the belief that nobody watches DSTV anymore. Because they repeat the same shows over. You still watch DSTV?
I don't watch it, but people do.
They repeat the same shows over and over again. You know, we've moved on to Netflix.
Some people have Showmax.
You know? Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's see. We see a request. Pauline.
But now, let's see, how do I do that? Because it's over here and it says approve. So we've got a request now for somebody to join in on the live, and we're trying to add them, and it looks like it's taking a while. So while we wait, we were talking about DSTV. I don't know
if you have DSTV, centralize it, guys. Only one dish, and have the cables running to each unit so that they just come with their decoder and they plug in. Also, try have a storage facility if you can. Maybe people are upgrading or downgrading, whatever the case may be, and they can't fit everything into their unit. So maybe you've got a garage, and that becomes a storage where your tenants will feel that their stuff doesn't have to be compromised by reselling it or keeping it at a family member's house.
100%. So no one is watching DSTV. Ruth is with me. I knew it. Oh, I knew it. Okay, not okay. Nobody watches it, and probably
I don't watch it. I was speaking for the people who do watch
those that want to watch Super Sport.
Yeah,
the soccer.
Yes, Showmax tried, but I think they're only doing Premier League. They don't have all soccer leagues. They don't have the local league.
Okay.
Betway.
So Kat says that he has one dish for his tenants, but most don't watch. Kat, where's your property located? Sounds like Kat is already. It has a property. Kat, let us know where your property is located. How is that going? Just give us your feedback. Okay, so coming back into where I was in terms of functionality, we already said Wi-Fi, of course DSTV as well for those that prefer. Parking, ensuring that you have ample and safe parking. Bathrooms and kitchens that are designed for ease of use. So that means no sharing. I have my own bathroom in my own unit, my own kitchen, everything that I need within my unit. I don't need to share it. Very, very important. Also, what we discussed was storage space for tenants' needs. So you've got enough space for a bed. Ideally, what Nqobi said was a 25 square meter bachelor apartment where the space can fit a queen bed. You've got space for a lounge, ideally, a space for maybe a working station, a small working station, and of course your bathroom with a shower or a tub, as well as your kitchen, nice and spacious and open. And we also discussed having reliable water services and ensuring that that's in place, reliable electricity and reliable security. Okay, so coming back to adding people on our live, it doesn't seem to be working, unfortunately. Sorry about that.
You can see there's
I see there was two people.
but
So we've got Pauline and Stevens Mulai. It doesn't seem like this feature allows us to add and engage with you guys, unfortunately. We would have loved to see your faces. We would have loved to say hello and see your faces, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to work. I suspect that it might be an internet issue. But we'll try it again at our next live. But it seems to be an internet issue. It seems to be a functionality issue. It doesn't seem to work. Bongani Comfort Madonsela. Morning, can I come to your offices without an appointment in Brum? Bongani, yes, you can. So we do accommodate walk-ins during the week, of course, between Mondays to Fridays. So anytime, I'd say from 9 a.m. till about 3:34, you can just walk into our offices in Brum. We are located at 25 Amershof Street in Braamfontein, not too far from the Liberty offices. Our building is called Libridge, and it's nice and safe. We have safe parking, and we can accommodate you. So you can walk in anytime, Monday to Friday, between 9 a.m. to about 3:30. Simply request to speak to an Umastandi representative, and we can certainly assist you. All right, we have 3 minutes. Facebook will cut us off, so we need to ensure that we wrap up before the 3-minute part is over. Let's take one question very quickly. Nqobi, Kat Silo wants to know if we assist with rezoning.
Yes, if you already own the property.
Do we actually go to the municipality?
No, we don't do it.
Okay.
We can assist with some funding for it, So we need to understand. So we just need to understand what's happening. So if you've got an existing structure, you didn't submit plans, your stand isn't zoned correctly, you need to engage with the city to understand what will it cost to regularize your scheme. You would find your zoning is maybe residential 1 and you're supposed to be on residential 3.
Okay.
What is that cost implication? What are the timelines? And then based on the success of rezoning applications, we could assist in the financing of it. We don't actually do it for you. We try advise you what is possible, but we don't do the work for you.
Cool. Thank you, Nqobi. I'm just trying to avoid the Facebook cutting us off before we can close it off in a very professional way. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. As always, it was lovely engaging with you. It was lovely having a chat. Thank you, Nqobi, for being our walking encyclopedia, as always, for engaging, giving us tips on how to make your property attractive and functional as a township property entrepreneur. I do hope that you guys found this session quite informative. If there's anything that you didn't get a chance to ask, info@umastandi.co.za, info@umastandi.co.za, or 010-595-9000, 010-595-9000, or simply inbox us. Presage, good morning. Hi, Presage.
How? Praise.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining. It was lovely.
Yes, wait. How many minutes? 1 minute, guys. We have to say thank you to Buhle. She's been the amazing host. This is season 2. I think the season might be coming to an end with this possibly being the final show of season 2. But stay tuned to hear more. But so long, thank you, Buhle, for all the work you've done.
Thank you, Nqobi.
In taking on season 2. You revived Township Talks after the strong start it had last year with our other colleagues. And season 2 wouldn't have been possible without you. You've been an amazing host. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Nqobi. All right, bye.